Hi there, I'm Peter from Easy Access English, and today I'm going to help you to understand other people when they speak English through active listening. We're going to talk about how you can use the structure of English and the fact that it's a stress-timed language where we use intonation and stress to emphasize the most important words, how you can use that to your advantage to understand. And we're also going to practice some expressions that you can use to make sure that you understand someone. Intonation and stress. English is a stress-timed language, which means that we emphasize the most important words in a sentence. We do this by saying the words slower and louder and probably with a higher pitch. Those three indications, the speed, the volume and the pitch, help you to realize what the most important word in a sentence is. The best way to understand English is to concentrate on those words and not all the little words and the prepositions in between, because those you can probably understand through the context. And because it's a stress-timed language, we can sometimes mumble those other words, so they're very hard to understand. So the first tip, listen out for the easiest words to hear, because those will be the most important ones. Don't get stuck trying to work out what every single word means, but try to understand the general sense of what is said through the context and through those important words. So that's how you use intonation and stress to help you understand more in English. Now, what if you don't understand what's been said? Well, that's where some good sayings come in to help you to ask for clarification or to express that you haven't understood. And we can't stress this enough. If you're confident when you ask someone to repeat themselves, they're not going to think, oh, this person's got really bad English. They're actually going to be encouraged by the fact that you want to understand them and not to misunderstand them. And therefore, when you talk back to them, it's going to be relevant to what they're saying. Asking for clarification is a really good key for active listening. So the first phrase, the most simple way of asking for clarification is just to ask someone to repeat what they'd said. I'm sorry, would you mind repeating that for me? Or you could say something like, I'm sorry, I want to make sure I understood you. Could you repeat that, please? So first, asking for repetition. If you're pretty sure that you don't know what one of the words means that they have used, you might not want them to repeat exactly what they said. You might want them to say it in a different way. So you would ask for them to rephrase that. Could you just rephrase that for me? I just want to make sure I understood. So we could do that by asking someone to rephrase what they have said or to simplify what they've said. I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand everything. Could you rephrase that? I'm sorry, I got a bit lost. Could you simplify that for me, please? So we ask for repetition. We can ask for someone to rephrase what they have said, to say it in a different way so that we can understand it. And the last thing we can do is to repeat back to them or reflect to them. Now, reflecting back what someone has said is a great way to show you are listening actively. When you're able to reflect what someone has said, they are able to know that you have fully understood them. Okay? So you could introduce what they've said by saying, I just want to make sure I understood. Is this what you mean? And then you reflect back what you've heard. Okay? I just want to make sure I've understood. Is this what you mean? And then repeat what you think they have said. They might say, exactly, and then you get a chance to respond. Or they might say, no, actually I meant this. And then they will rephrase what they've said. So it gives them an opportunity to see you're listening, but also gives an opportunity for them to clarify if you've misunderstood. Excellent. So remember the tips from today. Remember to use the fact that English is a stress-timed language where we emphasize the most important words. And try to memorize some of these sayings to ask for repetition, to ask for someone to clarify or rephrase what they've said, or to reflect back what someone has said to show you are listening actively. If you remember these steps, you'll improve your comprehension and it will help you to appear more confident when you're listening to English. Try it out and I'll see you soon. Bye!